What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, as well as Bitcoin. We're not going to be looking at the S&P 500 today because the markets are closed. So hopefully tomorrow we'll make a video on it, probably in the afternoon, in regards to what exactly is going on with the S&P 500. So more importantly, what we're looking at today is the fact that we are still continuing to hit bottom supports on pretty much all these cryptocurrencies. The only thing that's slightly changing from now on compared to maybe the past couple of days is the fact that Ethereum and Bitcoin are both retesting pretty much oversold right now on their relative strength indicators. So I want to ask you guys the biggest question, and hopefully you can answer it down in the comments below. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to be in like maybe a month from now? Do you think Bitcoin's going to be up to levels as high as 50K, or do you expect to see Bitcoin down to levels as low as $35,000, $30,000? I want to see where everybody's mind's at, and this will give us a general, opinion as to maybe where these markets are moving to and what the general sentiment is around, everybody's thoughts. Are we more bearish or are we more bullish? Do you think markets are going to pull down to $35,000, or do you think we're going to swing up to $45,000, $50,000? Where do you see the markets moving to? With that being said, guys, we are retesting some very, very, very critical support levels for these cryptocurrencies. We mentioned it yesterday briefly. I want to continue to discuss and go over what exactly that means for us right now, as all these cryptos are pretty much at their last possible level in regards to being oversold and hitting that bottom support, that if these levels are broken, we're going to be seeing probably the rest of January, February, March of just extreme bearish reversals to the downside here. So crazy stuff's to come, guys. Definitely make sure to stay tuned. Today's video is brought to us by the GEISHA Tea House. Basically, they're a new NFT that's actually dropping today, so definitely check it out. Obviously, with all NFT projects, definitely make sure to do your own research. Anything you invest into it, you have to consider just a loss because of the risk levels that are involved with buying new products that come to market in new NFTs, but they are still a pretty cool NFT project, and there is a lot of work that they actually put into them. So more information about them will be at the end of today's video, so definitely stay tuned because it is cool to check it out. More information will also be in the description down below if you want to check them out now. With that being said, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, first and foremost, looking at the current coin market cap at 1.95 trillion, another day of just red markets. You can see everything is pretty much down today. I wonder if Link is down. No, Link is actually still up, which is pretty incredible, up 3.71%. If you guys didn't already know, yesterday we actually made a video discussing Chainlink, as this was one of the outliers in the markets where we saw cryptos explode, or cryptos dropping drastically to the downside. Still, as you can see today, everything's down 20% in regards to the week, 26%, 16%, 20%. And then you look at Chainlink, it's up 26%. It's pretty crazy. We also have, whereas it's internet computers, here it is, up 26% as well. So these two are like becoming outliers and acting inversely, and we're seeing these prices move up as everything else on the market is dropping lower. Now, in regards to the real cryptos that we're paying attention to right now, the ones that are most important to us and our channel here is, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. We're in a very, very, very difficult time for crypto right now. We're not floating up to the upside. We're not floating down to the downside. I feel like we're in a similar position as we were a few months ago back in July. And, I remember back in July what was going on here. We had major runs to the upside. Everybody was extremely happy. We see prices exploding up. Then we started to continue a downtrend. And from all of May into June and then into July, everyone was extremely bearish. People thought, okay, this is the end of the massive bull market that XRP and these other cryptocurrencies are seeing. And everybody was extremely, extremely bearish and not anticipating any sort of maybe reversal or flip to the upside. And I strongly believe we're in a similar situation currently, where a lot of people are still very, annoyed and upset and anticipating lower lows and lower highs and prices to continue to drop lower. But you can see just as quickly as things can change after seeing this major drop off, we immediately reverse to the upside here. I mean, look at the percentage drop that we had here from the top to the bottom. This was like 68% drop off, and you can see the drop to the downside here. Not many people were anticipating anticipating this to be bottom support. But, we did flip and we did bottom off at point A here on our Elliott wave, and we started to swing back up. You can clearly see resistances at the top here where prices on the daily tend to retest and then break bearish. This was the recent retest, the earliest one we had, which was in early November here, and we flipped to bearish and started to correct lower. We're now retesting bottom supports again. You can see what happens when the daily retests this green support level right here. We tend to flip bullish. And that's really what we're waiting for. The other thing that we need to consider is the fact that there's a lot of signs right now showing that these markets are undervalued. A lot of things is showing undervalued. I mean, we can even go to the fear and greed index right here for Bitcoin specifically, but you guys can see that we're in the extreme fear category, which means with extreme fear that you can see right here, extreme fear can be a sign of investors are extremely worried, and they tend, this could be a good buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means that the market is due for a correction. So because we're in the extreme fear category, trading at 23, and we've been like this. Yesterday was 10 on the extreme fear index. We aren't looking too good in regards to we aren't looking too good in regards to seeing prices continue to drop, which is why I'm a strong believer that we've pretty much come to bear bottom, and we're probably going to see or anticipate some sort of trend back to the upside. And it's not just that we're looking at. I mean, there's a few things we can pay attention to here. So just referencing the previous drop that we had and why we saw a reversal, first thing I notice is obviously we retested bottom support right here. So with that in mind, being that we retested this bottom support here at point A, we're doing the same thing. We're retesting bottom support on the green band at point C. That's first. That's number one. Second thing I'm noticing is you can see we did have a bearish flip on the moving averages here. The green band is lower than the red band, and we have the same pattern forming right now. The third thing I'm starting to notice here is we retested oversold. You can see prices were oversold, retesting bottom support here, and that's another thing that's happening right now is we're also retesting oversold. I'm also noticing an interesting downtrend which happened here. Like this is a clear, if I can draw it, like this is a clear downtrend. Hopefully it lets me put this in. Let's see if I can open this up real big. We can get a better view. You can see for the most part here that there was a downtrend or a, no, this is 100% a downtrend. There's a clear downtrend on the price here where prices are continuing to create lower highs on the relative strength indicator, and we haven't been able to break through it. Then we broke through it. You can even see retesting here. We tried, we couldn't do it. Then we fell back down. Once we actually confirmed breaking above here on the daily, that's when we started to see prices swing up. You can see we're having a similar movement right now where we're having, it's smaller, it's on a smaller scale, but we are having lower highs continue to play out right now, which is also a similar movement to what we're seeing here. So maybe I can move this smaller again. Cool. And now I'm going to zoom this out, but you can see what it is that I'm referring to. So there was a much bigger downtrend here. We attempted to break through it on this run to the upside here. You can see it, which ultimately led to a double bottom, but also resistance and rejection off the top resistance. But then we broke through, and that pretty much indicated swings to the upside. So we're looking for the same pattern to happen now, as it is pretty much happening. We need a break in this downtrend here, and we need a break in the falling wedge to signal a run to the upside here. So the fourth confirmation of why I think we're going to see runs to the upside is because we're in a downtrend here on the relative strength indicators. You can also see we're in a falling wedge, which acts, for the most part bullish. You can also see where we're retesting bottom supports, where we have clear, it's a clear price floor, clear resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. This continues over, either acting as supports or resistances. So we're currently retesting that right now. So I'm a strong believer that this is going to pump to the upside. But if you guys think we're going to fall down to 30 cents or down to 40 cents on XRP, let me know now. I'd like to get some sort of market sentiment from you guys as to which direction you believe markets are going to be moving to. But I do believe we're going to hold here and hopefully see a run to the upside here. It just needs more consolidation until we start to battle out this top resistance. I'd be shocked if we break bearish again. I've been fairly bullish on this, and we've been continuing to see sideways movement here, continuously moving sideways. You can see pretty much around this level, we were anticipating prices to hold and swing us back up. It didn't happen here. Reason we thought that was because we were pretty much playing around with this support level here, and then we got rejected off of this. We didn't buy into this as expected and as anticipated. As I've said, we're not buying into these cryptos until we get confirmation above this downtrend here. Once downtrend is broken, this trend line is broken, then we can anticipate a run. If we close the daily above here, then we anticipate runs to the upside. Now, it's not just XRP that has all these bullish signs and extreme undervalued signs here. Ethereum as well is also in a downtrend here. You can see on the relative strength indicator, it's currently oversold. On the daily charts here, you can see we're in a falling wedge pattern here for the most part. I mean, you can easily tweak this just like this and you can say, okay, we're still in a falling wedge pattern here. And then the other thing to consider now is we are also retesting a pretty vital support level for this coin here, which has clear supports in the past at this level right here, resistances and supports. So we are bouncing off that. Hopefully we can stay above there and head up higher, because we have had a pretty significant correction. You can see we've fallen about 36%, 37% here, but I think it's temporary. We can get rid of this. It's not that necessary anymore, but we did see a pretty substantial break to the downside here. We did have a small ascending fractal that we had, or ascending triangle that broke us bearish on the 4-hour that also signified dips to the downside here. But there's a lot more. If this is what's going to continue here on Ethereum, there's a lot of consolidation now to play out. So I'm not entirely sure about Ethereum right now. XRP looks better, and so does Bitcoin, actually. You can see on Bitcoin, not necessarily the weekly charts. I mean, you could use the weekly charts here, but furthermore, it's like, I mean, yeah, you can kind of see the pattern that's developing here. You can see how prices tend to bounce up. We come back down and retest this green band. We head up. This green band again. You can kind of see how we're playing around with this. You could move this up and you can see how it makes more sense in alignment here, but because we're using the daily charts, you can also see how supports are retesting this with pretty, aggressive support. So this has been, the rock bottom support level for this crypto, for Bitcoin specifically. And if we see these prices broken and we actually start to see the US dollar price break through, I'd say 40K. 40K is a rock solid support. If we see prices hit like $39,000, $39,500, we're going to see a pretty substantial run, like a big one at that. And that's why I'm asking you guys, do you think we're going to see breaks to the downside, or are we going to see a break to the upside? I'm counting on, and I believe with the fact that, Bitcoin is oversold currently, with the fact that all these markets are oversold, with the fact that we're hitting a rock solid support. You can clearly see the support at 40K. I'd be very shocked if we break through 40K right now. You can clearly see all these supports here, and then also being intertwined with this uptrend here. This is a very, very, very strong point for cryptocurrency and for Bitcoin specifically in this time now. If we break through this level here, it's game over, and we're going to see a pretty big run moving forward into 2022. But I think this is going to hold, and I think we're going to see this happen very soon now. I think we're going to swing up to 50K. So this might be a good buying opportunity, to be honest with you. You don't have to wait for it. I mean, XRP could easily break through the falling wedge. Bitcoin right now is in some sort of downtrend once again. Maybe there's a falling wedge that we can kind of pay attention to. I'm trying to see if there's something there. Like, it definitely could be. Like, there could be some sort of like resistance like this. Maybe we're going to consider this to be the falling wedge, because you can kind of see some sort of trend here, and maybe draw another one like this. This would kind of be it. It's very small. It's very subtle too, but this could be like the small falling wedge that we're seeing right here in regards to the 4-hour where prices consolidate. You can kind of see the stair-stepping falling wedge pattern that's developing here, and now we're hit support. So I would anticipate sideways movement and then a break to the upside. So really, if we can just flip or get out of this resistance here, then I'd say, okay, time to buy in, time to see a swing. It's up to you guys. Or you could just, I could get in now and put a stop loss at, 39.6, 39.5 with anticipation that we're still going to be breaking bullish. But I do believe this is pretty low and bottom for, Bitcoin. When you look at things on the daily or on the weekly here, that this is the lowest point it's going to move to. We should see prices start to swing up now. With that being said, guys, I do want to talk more about GEISHA Tea House with you. I want to give a huge shout out to GEISHA Tea House for sponsoring today's episode. As with all NFT projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, non-fungible tokens are all the rage these days, and countless projects have been coming out of the woodwork, and it has become increasingly difficult to diversify and to stand out within the community. Now, GEISHA Tea House NFT manages to do this and more, creating an immersive world that pays tribute to the Japanese tradition of geishas with a backstory unlike any other. Now, the highly anticipated GEISHA Tea House NFT transports investors and holders to Kyoto, Japan in the year 2049, where an all-destroying cyber attack has ravaged the world as we know it, claiming digital life and people's income and their security. Now, the team over at GEISHA House NFT successfully brings the tradition to the NFT space through its unique digital art pieces, along with a rich backstory that spreads awareness about the tradition and culture. Now, founded by Regal star Akil Wade and Lucas Novotny, GEISHA Tea House NFT is a project within the blockchain that digitally creates the popular female professional entertainers in Japan. Now, the GEISHA Tea House NFT project consists of high-quality digital art pieces that are uniquely distinct from one another. Now, equipped with a dense backstory, the project actually holds so much potential for interested holders and investors everywhere. And the prospective holders of the GEISHA Tea House NFTs can register and purchase up to 7 GEISHAs for, I believe, 0.0555 Ethereum during the private sale, which is today, while everyone else can get them for 0.0888 Ethereum once the GEISHA Tea House does the public sale on January 11th. So guys, the NFT holders from the public and private sale will be given an access card to the developer's launchpad, securing the whitelist spot for the latest NFT projects in the digital space. And as a testament to its dedication to providing countless benefits to creating a solid community, holding a GEISHA token also doubles as a membership card that provides access to member-only events and hangouts. And on top of that, upon activation of its Roadmap 2.0, holders will be able to stake their GEISHA and receive a native token to its GEISHA Tea House ecosystem, which will be built in Decentraland. Now, furthermore, it has effectively outlined future developments on its website, and one of the exciting perks that the token holders look forward to is its release of the Rare Store, where tangible collector's items will be sold. Now, the GEISHA Tea House NFT is an extension inside the blockchain that carefully reproduces the sophistication of GEISHA, and the GEISHA Tea House NFTs have randomly generated GEISHAs with proof of ownership stored on the Ethereum blockchain as an ERC721 token, and the GEISHA Tea House NFTs are generated out of the Acarelu Tea House and characterized by amazing clarity and beauty, thus resulting in multiple interesting trait combinations. And lastly, the GEISHA Tea House NFTs are featured with 9 different types of rarity categories, so keep that in mind. So with that being said, guys, NFT enthusiasts and budding investors should be on the lookout for the GEISHA NFT House NFTs as it sets to release today. So guys, to know more about the GEISHA Tea House, make sure to visit their official website and stay updated by following the project on Instagram and Twitter, or by joining the Discord server where the links will be in the description. Otherwise, huge shout out to GEISHA Tea House for sponsoring today's episode. As always, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.